We're gonna start a fucking war.
Hit on Paul Castellano may have surprised some law enforcement officials, but not those who've watched the mafia's action in New Jersey.
As much as I trusted Frank DeCicco and Sammy Gravano, the guy who's been through 2 mafia wars, the guy who saved my life, but I knew in my heart us 3 we couldn't do it. We all know that me, Frank DeCicco and Sammy Gravano couldn't take out Paul Castellano without help from the inner circle. And we were not inner circle. Joe Watts was inner circle. Tommy Bloody was inner circle. And most importantly, Neil Della Croce was the inner circle. Neil was the underboss. He was like a father to me. And he was Angelo Ruggiero's cousin. So we set up a meeting with Neil Della Croce at his place, because he was too sick and he was always in his bed. He was extremely sick with cancer. We went there, me, Angelo Ruggiero, and Sammy Gravano, and we discussed the assassination of Paul Castellano. This is what he said: "You're out of your fucking minds. Paul Castellano is your boss. Paul Castellano is my boss. And you idiots are breaking the golden rule of Cosa Nostra. This is the first fucking rule of Cosa Nostra, and you 3 idiots are gonna fucking break it. Let me tell you something. You're like my son, John. But if you try to get close to Paul Castellano, I'll do everything to stop you." We didn't expect nothing else from Neil Della Croce. He didn't do no power moves. He didn't do no money moves. And that's why everybody liked him. Everybody from every side, every family, everybody in New York. He was like a politician. He knew how to talk. And he was the straight up Cosa Nostra guy. Although Neil Della Croce refused to cooperate with us, but we got Joe Watts on our side. And that was good news, because Joe Watts was in a circle too. Meetings happened, mostly at Joe Watts' place, so that nobody, especially the feds, wouldn't get suspicious about it, where we discussed our plans to kill Paul Castellano. And we didn't have a precise plan. The first plan was for me and Sammy Gravano to sit in a car, follow Paul Castellano's car to where he went. Then when the right time came, we got out of the car and shoot him in the head. There was so many wrong things with his plan that it immediately went off the table. First, we didn't know where he was going. Second, we didn't know how many people were there or with him or who witnessed it. We had no fucking idea. And third, he was not stupid. Paul Castellano was not a stupid guy. He would have noticed we were following him. He would have hit the gas pedal. He went away. And then there's a contract on all of us. And everybody in the Gambino family is trying to kill us. That didn't work. Then there was my plan. My plan was to Roy DeMeo him. We invite him to a place. Somebody hides in a bathroom with a shotgun. Then when he sits down, he comes out of the bathroom and shoots him in the head. Neil Della Croce died of cancer. The funeral was so big. There were hundreds and hundreds of Cosa Nostra guys there. Everybody from our family, from every family in New York, even from outside of New York, everybody loved Neil Della Croce. And they came to the funeral to pay him the respect he deserved. Everybody was at Neil Della Croce's funeral, except for one person, Paul Castellano. Paul Castellano didn't bother to attend the funeral of his own underboss, the funeral of his brother, the guy who saved him, who secretly saved him from us for months. Neil Della Croce was the only reason Paul Castellano was still alive. And Paul Castellano was too big or too busy to come to the funeral and pay the respect to his brother. A couple of days later, Sammy Gravano called for a meeting. So we came together at Joe Watts' house. As I sat down, the first thing Sammy Gravano said was, "Did you get invited?" I said, "Yes." See, Paul Castellano threw a party at the Sparks Steakhouse.
One of New York's oldest steakhouses. We opened in 1966.
With every single made guy I knew in it. All of us were invited. Tommy Gambino was invited. Everybody was invited to Paul Castellano's party. Then Sammy said, "We're running out of time. We don't know if our plan leaked or not. We don't know who exactly knows about our plans. Sooner or later, they're gonna know we're trying to kill Paul Castellano, and he's gonna put a contract on us. We've been hiding and planning for this hit for 2 months. And now, there's a perfect chance to get Paul Castellano." I leaned back a little. When? The exact time and date mentioned in the invitation. It was December 16th, I guess. Where? Sparks Steakhouse. Do you agree? Frankie the Chico, who was silently listening to what Sammy was saying, looked at me for a second, smiled, looked at Sammy once again, and said, "What other choice does he have?" Then he looked at me and said, "What other choice do you have?" I smiled. Then I looked at Sammy Gravano. "Sammy, are you out of your mind? It's Christmas Eve, downtown New York. There will be thousands of people, thousands of witnesses, and hundreds of cops. There will be cops on every corner." He said, "John, a witness is a witness. 2 witnesses are witnesses. 5 witnesses are witnesses. But a crowd is just a crowd." I said, "What do you mean?" "The moment people hear the shots, there will be chaos all around the neighborhood. There will be confusion, and we will use that confusion to our benefit and get away. Where would you hide blood other than a butchery?" Sammy had a brain for big shot operations. "We need hitmen. We need trusted gunmen to take care of this mission." Frankie the Chico said, "I'll take care of that. I'll call the best hitman I know, and I'm gonna tell them this is a do or die mission. I'm not gonna tell you who you're gonna kill till the very last moment. But it's a glorious hit." And that's exactly what he did. Sammy said 2 on the right side for Castellano and 2 on the left for Tommy Bloody. I looked at Sammy and said, "You thought about the witnesses. What about the cops? Hopefully nobody notices we did it and we get away with it. But if the cops try to interrupt, we shoot them out." "You shoot the cops?" "Yes, we shoot the cops. We're killing the most important man of New York. We're gonna start a fucking war. You think I care if we kill a couple of cops or not?